Take three. Well, I tell you, I've used Valor with the spruce oils in it to balance. And I've used Awaken to open the cards that I have. And I think I just did all the cards. I know I made a mistake with the first one, and I made a big mistake with the second one. The first, and let me preface this, is this is the job that my higher self, my guides, myself, my realization gave to me that I have to do. I have to go on YouTube and I have to look at myself and see who I am, what I believe, and use my throat chakra. And believe me, my solar plexus, it ain't ready yet. We're still working on that one. But I'm here. Almost blew it off today, but I had my hair cut and she cut my cowlick and left the other pieces too long, so will we live with that for a while, I guess. Part of my new being, huh? So, I'm here because this is the job that my guides gave me, my higher self, and I'm starting to actually really enjoy it. Yeah. Frequency. I tried to blow off today, though, but I knew if I blew it off, it's done. This is your Acturian code card. Frequency. It's all frequency. I just posted on my Facebook, a Magnetic Pixie YouTube, about the frequency of the timelines of the ascension and actually how it relates to the politics of the U.S., the United Kingdom. And she also spoke of a difference she felt when she went to church to watch her grandchildren. And I have been feeling that elation for a couple of few weeks. And I believe that we're coming through stargates and such as that. So I've been feeling it. It was real nice to have that validation of what she said. So when we left off yesterday, or felt it was good for me anyway, we left off yesterday at the Eon, which in other decks is known as Judgment. It's also known as a Scorpio card. And Crowley makes no comment to that anywhere being about Scorpio. And it's at the new Eon. We are reborn, renewed, and it started in 2000, and it's not the end of the world, folks, yes. And it was some fire energetics. It is still fire energetics because I'm getting ready to show a Leo card. But the fire energetics, it's now the age of Horus, son of Ra. It was Isis and Osiris. And the next Eon, which is 1,000,000 years, will be the age of Mat. Okay? So, yesterday we came to a point of take a deep breath, look at who you are, and what new clothes are you going to wear tomorrow? What is your concept of your self going to be tomorrow? Who are you? So, today the first card that came up was Strength. But he calls it Lust. It's a Leo card. It's a fire card. It's Sun rules with Uranus exalted. And Uranus, as you know, is that planet out there of innovation, intervention, invention, erratic, pretty high frequency. It's when they do things like, make the atomic bomb, discover the atomic bomb. Right now it's sitting in Taurus and we're looking at major currency changes worldwide. But back to the card of Strength, Leo, daughter of the flaming sword. And I apologize to you, this is our lessons. So I go through the book and write some stuff down, and then I read it back, and that's how I learn. If you learn and you're on this journey with me, you are most welcome, and I thank you for your presence. This is the reabsorption of all evolving life and consciousness, liberation, the supernal female, ecstatic dissolution of all we are into universal self of Godhead. universal self of Godhead often being symbolized as a great whore who embodies the Holy Grail. And that is because she has been receptive. She has fought the seven-headed beast. She is at peace. She has the Grail. She has been receptive. She is non-judgmental. She has been of service to all. Because, you know, as we go through many lives, we do many things. So she's been virtuous and non-virtuous, I'd say, huh? So anyway, I understand, what I understand is once you get to the Strength card, is you have a conduit to source. You no longer need to go through a third party. Be a guide or a church or wear a funny crown. Though the crown is symbolic also of initiation. So anyway, it's a beautiful fiery card of that golden energy. Receptive to all. And I just want to add in here, since I talked about, this is actually the harlot of Babylon. And for some reason, I just love that because this is a strong woman and balanced in all her forms. Not just the forms that are listed of how she is supposed to be. She has made the full receptive route and is ready to, on her way maybe to being done out of here, but at least on her way to Supreme Source. And then I want to just add real quick, the Virgin deals with divine spirit into matter, which is a wholly different matter, which I think is what our next card is about. And just to add a little bit of more social noise to this, the Virgin and the virtuous, they have perverted virtuous to virgin to put a sexual spin on it versus virtual. Now we have virtual women. Yeah, we do. Virtuous woman, as in the Bible. And was that King Solomon? I don't know. But a virtuous woman is one who carries the virtues of integrity, truthfulness, trust, faith. But this woman's seen it all. This is strength. This is coming into balance. So every time this card's been coming up, I look at this as me to look where I'm coming into balance, or me to look where I still feel out of balance. Excuse me. The second card, seems like we get all these stompers, then we kind of level out. It's the Lord of Wealth. This is Mercury in Virgo. So it's going to be somewhat constrained and compartmentalized and behave itself. The top 6 up there, you've got your planets. You know, because I think it's so important you see the cards. I want to go back now that I'm looking and make sure you truly see this whole card. Because that's where the trigger is. The trigger might be that some of the words I chose, see all this down below? Some of the words I chose to take from the lengthy thing might work for you. They're triggers for me. So here we have the archetypes of the 6 planets. And then here we have alchemical symbols, the caduceus. I can't remember what this stuff was in here, to tell you the truth, because there's so much. And I tried to take just as much as I think I can get in here. The climax of the descent of matter, and is a signal for the reintegration by spirit. This is a 10 of disc. The tree of life. The teacher of this card is Thoth, Hermes, Mercury. Integrity, spiritual, but needs inspiration and direction. Wealth, yeah, that goes with the next one. So 10. No, this is right. Wealth accumulates beyond a certain point. It must be used rightly. So anytime a paradigm gets in us, a belief system, we have lots of money, we need to remember to be of service and not sit on our little mountain of gold in whatever it is, but to attribute it to the healing of all. So that's why a 9 is really more awesome than a 10, because a 9 is the attainment. You've attained it, you know. The 10, now you got it, and now you must make right use of it. The next card was the Lord of Materialistic Success. This is the moon in Taurus. Taurus is earthy and sensible, but they can be emotional. But this is the moon moving in, and what is Taurus? Venus. So 2 feminine signs together, receiving. And this is the one that makes the hexagram. And I've been studying hexagrams some. I know they put a hex on you. And I know witches use a hexagram. They're using hexagrams somehow to collect or avert to the species radioactive energy, you know, like you would put some kind of symbolic protector on your cell phone for the waves. Side trip, I'm back. Consciousness in its most harmonized form. A form, not an idea, but an influence to practical ends. It gives the Midas touch to all the neighboring cards. An interpretation of the Ace of Disc in terms of the mind. A brief reward. Well, we know it's a brief reward because it's a 6. It's a stable platform. But in terms of life of the mind, related to the Ace. So if I was reading this, I am continuing on my journey of balance. I am making progress. I'm still in search of that Grail. I've been searching for that Grail for a long time. Maybe this was today that you know, I'm not doing this for money. I don't have an online business. I sell oils, but I'm not pushing anything. I'm doing this as service to pay back to others who are learning, service to spirit for what I have learned. And I need to share this. I need to share this as the Ace to become the Ace in the 6 to become the 10 and be shared. I wonder if this was my resistance today, that I was so, well, I worked and, you know, then I came home at 8, but I found every excuse not to get on here. But I knew if I missed one, I would miss more. So it looks to me like, you know, Major Arcana came in, message, look at myself for this message. But I'm making progress, for sure. Just watch my resistance when I let my ego think I'm making progress. Because it's putting me back down here to a 6 anyway. But a 6 is a hexagram. And this is the one that's the Ace of Disc in terms of the mind. An interpretation of the Ace. I'm going to have to work on that one. Consciousness in its most harmonized form. And that is really how I've been feeling. And that's what I said. This is take 3. I screwed up 2 videos. I just posted a political video as far as the energetic timelines go. The ascension lines, the stargates, the Lion's Gate, the gate that came through right after Halloween. We just have the 1111 gate. And it's actually a look at the politics of the United States and the UK on the energetic timeline. And then what she said at the end was so cool, because what I have really been noticing is just a change in the energy. It's no longer energy being sucked from us, but us bringing in and radiating out our own energy and making changes. And it's all frequency. And then I pulled out these old Doreen Virtue cards that I've had for 20 years. I thought it's Christmas. It's interesting because I have a merging. And, you know, emerging in frequency. So maybe they're not quite as dowdy. Sometimes I think those cards are dowdy. And then I pulled up what I call my star cards, and I got 8th chakra alignment. And it's probably a good match right here. I attune to my 8th chakra, and I open myself to the universe. And how we manifest it is up to us. As long as we emerge and are conscious of what brings our frequency up and what brings our frequency down, bring your frequency up and use it to help humanity. So there, I did it. My daily read. I don't know why it's so hard today. Can't believe I'm doing this every day. But that is what the lesson is. I guess it's that Mars in Aries I have that goes boing and then just has an F and it's finished. So I'm refarming myself. I am refarming myself. The time is right. We are the ones we've been waiting for. I've been waiting for this a long time. I'm very excited. I'm one of those original ones that came in the 50s that have been holding the space. So if you're a light worker or starseed, step up, step up. We need everybody. If you're not, blessings to you. We're glad you're here. We're glad the reinforcements are here. And all are welcome. Peace. The answer is peace. The answer is universal love. Have a lovely evening. Love is the answer.